So that's why we have invented this to overcome these issues, and we have done it, and it's proven it's working. Okay, so if you do it right, it will work. So that's why we have to be very, very careful when we implement this. We need to know what we are driving. Okay, so when we do this, this morning, what I'm going to do is this morning I'm going to share with you what are the issues that common issues the company face, and then how can we address those issues. This is the morning session, and usually a lot of companies, they like to share with us your goals derived from your vision, mission, what you want to achieve, let's say for this year, 2019, right? So we do a cascading together, we work together, okay? So then we learn from each other and then we fine tune it. Depending, we can make it flexible. You know, I can just talk about theory, then you just follow, or we can go into detail. Even previously, we done for some company, the CEO very excited. You know, the CEO come up and list down 10 objectives that you want to achieve. So the HOD will ask, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by this? Then we'll do it together, right? So this is a very good session, in fact. You know, so I believe this morning you all are the very, very important people in the company, right? So now, how to make the company, how to cultivate the employee to have a better performance culture, to build a high performance culture. So in order to build a high performance culture, you need to have a direction. You need to have indicators. So those indicators are very, very important that drive your employees' direction and drive them what you wanted them to do. So that is what we call KPI. That's what we call key performance indicator, right? So key means you don't measure everything, but you measure the important things only. Then you drive the behavior, right? So it's already been proven. We have people, our customer, in 6 months' time, they see changes in employees' behavior, right? Definitely. Okay, so now, let me start first. You look at, this will be this morning's agenda. I try to break by 10:45, okay? So now, let's look at this, what's wrong with the appraisal form design and weightage. Okay, let me share with you. You can give input, we can do more interactive because today is more like interactive section so that we all can learn and do it together. I just let you understand what is the problem first. Okay, first, a lot of company, you know, they have a very thick appraiser. Like for example, organizing. Number 2, maybe you have teamwork. Okay, maybe some company you want to put leadership. Okay, maybe number 4 and number 5 and so on. Maybe attendance. Maybe 10 items. Right, this is very common. So don't copy this. This is wrong. Okay, just sharing with you. Okay, you can see here you have 10 items here. When you come to year end, you measure your employees based on these 10 items. What is going to happen? Anyone can share your idea? What do you think? Cannot be measured. Why? Why cannot be measured? Okay, you got 1 point. Yes, good, correct. Okay, you know the problem. Okay, this is one. When you have a long list of items, a lot of company, when you design your appraisal form, usually you have like 1 to 5, the rating, right? So you rate the person. Let's say organizing skill, maybe you think it's 4, maybe teamwork 3, leadership 2, attendance 4, and so on, right? So your total mark is 100%. Let's say, 50%. Let's say 50 points. So you do a calculation of this. Usually, a lot of companies do this. So when you do this, what will happen is, first problem, you cannot justify the rating. You have 1, you have 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe you can have definition, yes, you can say that 4 is good performance, 5 is excellence, and so on. But how can you justify organizing skill by giving me 4? How can you say I am 4? I can say I am 5. I'm going to argue with you, because if I'm the employee and this final score going to affect my bonus, I will not be happy if you give me low rate. So employer going to challenge you. So this is the first point. Wrong. Secondly, you have 10 items here. Okay? You have 10 items here, you do not emphasize which one is important. That is something called weightage. So when you don't have weightage, you don't know which one to focus. I have so many items, then they just forget about it. So that's why you need to emphasize which one is important. Understand, right? Weightage. Weightage is a percentage, total is 100%. Which one is more important? Okay. Thirdly, you do not differentiate between competency and KPI. Competency and KPI are different. So you mix up together already. This is another problem. The third problem is, this is not aligned to your organizational objective. You want to drive performance, you want to achieve sales, you want to achieve quality, good customer service, margin, and so on, right? Cash flow. So, but does this appraisal form help you to drive towards what you want or not? No, right? Because it does not link to your corporate objective. This is another problem here, right? So that's why it's very important when we design our appraisal form, design KPI, have to be very, very careful. Otherwise, it's just for the sake of submission of appraisal form, and it doesn't work. No meaning on, right? So a lot of company, like HR department, very excited, propose to the CEO, hey boss, I want to do e-appraisal. Online, digital now, everyone going online. I also do online. So what is the problem? You have a form, you show your vendor, yeah, I want this is my current appraisal form, can you do for me? Vendor said, yes, no problem, I have e-appraisal linked to your payroll. What is the problem? It does not solve your problem. You just convert your form to an online form only. Same thing, garbage in, garbage out. So that's why e-appraisal doesn't work. Okay, so now I'm going to highlight this, go to the next. This is the summary. I just wanted you to know why we are changing. Long list of checklists, I mentioned here. Confusion rating 1 to 5. Mixed up competency and KPI. No weightage, not aligned to goals. And one more item is no periodical review. Meaning that when you come to year end, we cannot remember what happened in Q1, Q2, and Q3. And what am I going to do is, I'm going to, based on my memory, my perception on you, on this quarter, that's it. Then your employee is not going to be happy, right? So this is the issue here. Okay. Now, agree or not? If you not agree, can raise your hand. We can always discuss, right? Okay. Okay. Now you need to understand first thing. Competency is the ability to perform. KPI is the performance result. Okay. So these two are different. Competency and KPI are totally different. Competency, you have attitude, knowledge, and skill. So this is the behavior that you have, and this is the knowledge and skill. Okay, so let's look at an example here. Let's talk about sales. And attitude is, example, willingness to challenge new sales targets. Are you willing to take up the challenge or not? Are you willing to fight for the sales target or not? That is behavior. What skill you have? Are you able to present? Are you able to convince customer to purchase? Skill. How about knowledge? When your customer show you your competitor's product, is your salesperson able to convince the customer with your knowledge or not? Your product knowledge. Right? For example, how long can last for the wood and so on, termite, all this you must have a knowledge. So KPI is a result, let's say 10 million sales for that person. So this is what I'm talking about. So you don't mix up all this together, but we want to drive the performance via KPI. I'm not saying that competency not important. Yes, important. So we need to segmentize these two. Okay? So far, okay? Okay, now, I'm not sure whether you want to do it together. Okay, so I just show you example. I believe you have vision, mission, goals, and so on. So for example, allow anyone, anywhere to have a latte when they need it by using drone delivery. Let's say for example your company is coffee company. You want to deliver coffee using drone. That is your vision. And your goal is to reach 100 delivery, 20,000 paying customer, launch in 3 more cities. Very Thailand. So how are you going to achieve it? Like your bosses always has goals you want to achieve. Okay, like one of the company that I spoke to, the CEO said, every year I set my goals. I can set whatever I want, but the HOD all forgotten. Everyone very busy because you don't cascade down, you don't track. So that's why the goals never able to achieve. Everyone doing their own thing. So that's why we have goals here. Then you set the KPI, cascade down, KPI, total delivery, and so on. So when you cascade down, then everyone move towards the goals. Okay. So now we talk about. Okay, this morning I'm going to talk about the theory first. The first hour. Later on, we're going to do exercise together. So meaning that if a CEO, managing director would like to share your goals with the HOD now, or you can share some ideas, and the HOD manager, you all are key people, so you come up your KPI for your department, then we can do it together, we review together. This is how we do. We make it practical and applicable for your business. Right? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So now I'm going to share with you how to define KPI. Okay? Very, very basic. Very basic. The reason, please allow me to cover the basic, it's very fundamental, because I found that when I go at once, a lot of people still don't understand. They overlook. Okay? They overlook. So a KPI must be very specific. Okay, what do I mean by specific? Example, marketing. One of the company that do property sales, they say, okay, what is the KPI for marketing? I ask them. They say, oh, okay, I want 100 leads per month. I want a database, that is my target. I want marketing to correct the data, 100 new leads per month. Okay, very clear, but it's not specific enough. Why? I can have a customer walk into your showroom and I bring along my family members, children, and so on. Then your marketing person can get the customer to fill in the form. Okay, can you fill in your name, your telephone, everyone fill in, so that I can collect 100 names. Boss, I achieved my target already, 100 here. So you need to know specifically what are the lists that you want, what kind of people you want, maybe based on income, maybe based on industry and so on, what kind of people you want. So you need to be very, very specific. If it is not specific, you have a loophole. People can find loophole one. Malaysian very smart one. So that's why you need to be very specific. Right? What do you mean by revenue? Revenue, is it consider I submit proposal, customer sign, consider okay, or you just give you letter of intent, consider close? So you need to define your industry. Measurable. You must be something, anything also can be measurable. You need to measure, you need to quantify. Right? So you need to know how to measure. If you don't know how to measure, you're going to have a big problem. You must be attainable. Is this something attainable or not? You know, can be achieved or not? So if you want to achieve, then you look at what resources you have, whether it is feasible or not. Okay? Is it relevant to the person? Let's say if you have a KPI, is it relevant to the person? Okay, is it relevant or not? Let's say I'm doing finance, so you ask me to do IT, may not be relevant. Okay? Time-based. By when? Monthly, daily, and so on. So that's why this one is very, very standard, smart methodology. Okay? Okay, now, when you talk about KPI, and you don't know where to start, let's say for example, you don't know where to start, you know, so look at, if you do not have a very clear goals, cascading and so on. So over here, you can look at these three items: productivity, quality, and timeline. You always start to think your KPI, what you want to measure. Do you measure by productivity? Do you measure by quality? Or you measure the timeline? How long? Let's say project. You have to finish a project in 3 months' time. If you have what is the quality that you expect? What is the productivity? Sales also consider productivity. How many you can produce? Employee productivity is so important. Like one of the CEO told me yesterday, I met once. He said, hey, I'm very concerned. I have a whole team here. Every day they're sitting in the office. I don't know what they are doing. But I'm not seeing the result I wanted to see. So he need to measure. Okay, now I give you an example. Okay, just briefly. Quality, number of errors, project, timeline, property, maintenance, collection, stock control, inventory, accuracy, manufacturing, and so on. So these are the sample KPI for your reference. That's why KPI is not only sales, it can be anything, IT, and so on. Right? So at least now you have some idea, right? What KPI? From your goals, you cascade down, and these are the things that you want to achieve. Okay? Am I too fast? Okay, follow. Yeah. Now, KPI, you have two types. Okay, you need to understand you have two types. So you have lagging KPI and leading KPI. What is lagging? Lagging, what is leading? For instance, you have sales target. Okay, your sales, you want to achieve, let's say 10 million. This is a target. And this is lagging KPI. A lot of company, you can set the lagging KPI easily, no problem. Just set, okay, 10 million. I don't care what you do, you just help me to achieve 10 million, right? But a lot of company neglected the leading KPI. So leading KPI is how you can achieve this 10 million. That means you coach the employee, you guide the employee, giving guidance by helping them to achieve this. For instance, you need to maybe visit existing client visit. To help you, you need to visit at least 10 existing clients. This will be can be potentially generate revenue to here. Otherwise, the salesperson can just say, economy not good, project slow, people no budget, right? So, but you guide them how to achieve. You need to have, let's say, 100 quotation per month. How many leads per month? 10 new leads per month, and so on. So this will, you have also helping them to build a pipeline towards what you want to achieve. So that's why you define the KPI, not only measuring the result, the end result, you also measure how they can achieve it, so that they can focus, they know what to do. Because some employees, they don't know what to do, they just know how to do sales. You know, so you are very experienced, you know, let's say you can guide them by defining what they're supposed to do. So they will follow this. Then you track and coach them. Right? Okay? So, okay, next. So now, when you define business goals, okay, let's say for example, you have some guideline here, customer objective, internal process objective, HR, product and services, finance, at least some guideline. Let's say for example, your customer objective, how many new customers you want, how do you maybe improve efficiencies, your people, what kind of people you want, training, recruitment, what your product improvement, maybe your sourcing, your finance. So you can look at this objective, right? So one of the client, you know, the Tan Sri, he said, I only have 2 objectives. Okay, first, revenue. Because he said, I'm in business, I'm not doing charity, I need revenue, Tan Sri said. Number 2, I want efficiency. I find that our current company is not efficient. That's it. He said, I only have 2 goals. Then he walked away. So the CEO, the HOD had to crack the head to understand this, what do you mean by efficiency? Revenue is very straightforward, right? So the efficiency you can define by asking your current process whether you're efficient or not. For example, when customer order, when your people looking for document, information sharing, your IT system and so on, your CRM, is it efficient or not? Is it causing you a problem or not? Your productivity. So efficiency is very big word. So you cascade down, let's say what IT need to do in order to improve the efficiency. For example, IT in order to improve efficiency, need to build a intranet system, need to build a CRM system, need to maintain the server, make sure server never down, need to maintain the online system so that when customer order, you can handle, you reduce the downtime. Then HR department, what HR need to do, and so on. So different department will handle different areas so that you can improve the efficiency, information flow. Because all this will affect your revenue. Imagine your salesperson to get info, cannot get. Need 2 days to find the info. Maybe it's already too late, your competitor is faster than you. Example. So that's why you need to define your goals. Okay. Next is, okay, here, you need to establish the performance standard. Okay, what is performance standard? Performance standard is like performance band. So the performance band is you establish what do you mean by excellent performance, what do you mean by meet expectation, what do you mean by meet minimum expectation, below expectation, and so on. So you have this scale. So everyone follow this, you know. So meet expectation will be only 80%. Excellent only can get 100%. So you define the standard, everyone follows the standard, so that it is fair. You will not have different departments have different standard. So your whole company, whole group follow the same standard when you define KPI. This is just an example, you can define your own one, you know. But I find that a lot of customers can accept it, they just copy. Okay, now you have KPI already, but how to score the KPI is very, very important. Like this morning I shared with you, when you score the KPI wrongly and become subjective, it's going to be a lot of issues later. So now there are different KPI, you have a different way of doing scoring. First is, a lot of people say, some KPI are very subjective. Yes, I agree. So you have to try to make it quantifiable, justifiable. A lot of people always ask one question, how can I measure my admin person, admin clerk, right? So admin person, you don't measure how fast you do filing, how neat is your file, how fast you answer the call. No, you don't do that, unless that is your business objective. So for admin person, if doing so many tasks in the office, you can just define something like this. You can have just one KPI, you do not need to define too many KPI, because that may not drive your business performance, you see. So you just need to have excellent performance. What do you mean? Complete before deadline and no errors. That's it. Simple. Right? So if you meet expectation, complete on time or not end, this one is end, this one is all, acceptable errors or slightly below target. Very simple. Example I give you. If you ask a person to deliver something, to complete a task, and you give him or her a deadline, and the deadline is 31st of March, for example. So if the person, try to strive for excellence, okay, they work very hard and complete by 20th, before the deadline, and no errors, I submit to my boss. This kind of employee, they are the excellence performer. So they should deserve this. Then you have second type of employee. You give them a deadline, 31st of March. They will, go minimum later, they don't rush. They say, okay, my deadline is 31st, I have time, never mind, I play game first, I drink my coffee, deadline, I got time, right? So they will not, they just do as enough, that's it. They won't do more. It's okay, it's fair. So this kind of employee, set at 80%, should not be excellence. But for those employees, meet minimum, it means it's a threshold. Sales, you should not threshold, right? Minimum, anything below that you cannot accept already, borderline already. So make mistake this timeline, acceptable error below target, and so on. So this one is poor already. You can HR can issue PIP, performance improvement plan. This one entirely failed. So you have this kind of guideline, then you can reduce the subjectivity. You always start to think, okay, I ask you, let's say your PA or your admin. So if I ask you without looking at this, whether your PA, are you happy or not? You can answer, yes, good, my PA is very good PA. Why? Yeah, because every time I ask her to do something, she always complete on time, even do more, do research and show me, prove to me that not supposed to do this way and that way and so on. So you're very impressed, so you know already. You need to justify the score. Otherwise, people will think that you are biased. So to justify. This one type. Second type, formula based. So the formula base is you have actual over target than 100%. That's why you cannot have 1 to 5. 1 to 5 you cannot have a formula. Cannot use already. So you have formula. Okay, sorry. So next is, this one is more for manufacturing, like normal pipeline production, more than 95% of project costing. So you have a target, you have a very stringent formula here. So if you only meet target, you can get only 60%. So because they want to push to improve the margin, production. Example, so this one is, you cannot just copy because depending on your manufacturing line. This one is do or die. Either you do or you fail, or you succeed or you fail. For instance, you get government certification, you submit your SST late, so you are failed already. So cannot compromise. And you have 1 to 5, you cannot. 1 to 5 means 1 is still get 20%. Mathematically you get 20%. So now you have 0. Yep. This one is cases. So how many cases? 0. There's no, this is not standard, you know, depending on your role and your goal. It can be any number here, but just example here by cases. Okay? So far, okay? Follow? Or too many things in the head? Okay. So now, what we want to do is, we want to have maybe some brainstorming session, right? I don't know, Mr. Tyson, how you want to do it?
You want to. We have this vision, we have a mission. We just follow what we have.
Okay.
Right. Very